So today we'll be discussing the basics of Adobe Illustrator, which includes the basic tools you need to know if you are starting off with the software. So basically, Adobe Illustrator is a vector-based graphic software. So starting with Illustrator, many have this confusion of Photoshop or Illustrator. So there is really no comparison between the two. They're both developed by Adobe and have different functions. Like Photoshop is meant for photo editing, like it's the best one, and for Illustrator on the other hand is for clean graphics or illustrations. Illustrator can be used for designing logos, lettering, flat designs nowadays. So it's having a big scope in short. So right now what you see on the screen is the basic interface of the Illustrator. Okay, on the left hand side there is a toolbar which contain all the tools we'll be discussing. On the right hand side we have the panels. Right now I've opened some panels which will be used in the lecture. So and this all is the workspace. In the center we have the artboard and the menu bars on the top. So you can move all the toolbars as per your requirement. Means you can make the workspace look as you want. You can get the panels out on the screen. You can adjust them as you want. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is to create a new file. Right now I have already opened Artboard, but to open is go to File, then New. So here you see a number of options. These are the recent sizes that I have used of the artboard. You can customize your own size by putting the value over here, or you can use some saved size if you have saved one, or the predefined one. Like for mobile we have, web we have, for print, filing videos, art and illustrations. There are some already defined sizes. Okay, so right now I'm using the normal A4 size. Now here we have one artboard. If you are in case designing a file that includes more artboards, like you are designing a newsletter of 3 or 4 pages and you want all of them on the workspace, then you set it to 3 or 4 or as per your requirement. Right now we need only one. So then create. So this is our A4 size artboard. Now starting with the tools. We have basic shape tools, okay? Here. That are rectangle, ellipse, rounded rectangle, polygon. So first you might have seen it on paint as well, okay? So this is a rectangle, you just click and drag. First option is this. Secondly, you just click on the screen and you get the size option to adjust it and press OK. So these are the two ways you can draw. And here on the top you get the color option. The fill color, this is red, and the stroke color, black. It is black right now. You can set it to the color you want to. And then the stroke, like 2 or 3 is per requirement. Okay, so the second tool we'll be talking about is select. Okay, so with select you basically select any object. So if I select this, what we see here are these small squares. These are the resize handles which are used to resize an object. So now when you are resizing an object, always keep in mind to press the shift key to resize it in proportion. Otherwise, if you resize like this, you can see the shape is changing. So to keep the proportion same, always press the shift key. Now, if you wish to like draw a square, so go to rectangle, press the shift key, and then draw. Okay. So what more you can do with the select tool? You can select the object, you can move the object on the artboard, you can rotate the object. When you go close to the resize panel, you just can rotate. In rotation also, if you press the shift key and rotate, you get some specific rotations. Like if you press shift and then you rotate, you get some specific rotations. That is 0, 45 degrees, 190 degrees and 180 degrees. Okay, So the next thing we have after select tool is the direct select tool. It is somewhat same like the select tool, but the difference is that in direct select tool you deal with anchor points. This, what you see, the line is the path. Let me show this. Yeah, this is the path, and these are the anchor points. With direct select tool, you can make changes in the shape, like you see the direct open tool, and like reshape it in any form. So this is the use of the direct select tool, basically to deal with the anchor points in the path of the object. Right. The next thing we have is the pen tool. Pen tool is one of the most important tools in Illustrator. You can draw any object using it, you can trace any image. If you are means if you are good at it, you can do a lot with it. Okay, so the basic functioning is same. You use the pen tool, you click, then click again. This is for straight line. Now to draw curves, you click, then again click and drag. Now if you drag in this way, you go there. Then to, now it's free. You can again click and create a shape, or you can click here and end this and click another curve. So and this way you can either draw straight figures or curve figures, or you can exactly trace an image with the help of pen tool. The curvature tool is used to make changes in the existing, to add some anchor points. If I wish to do it like this. To delete the anchor points, you can simply select one anchor point, press the delete key. You can remove the anchor points as well. It is basically used for the editing purpose. To add, delete the anchor points. Okay, so moving on to the next tool, we have type tool. Type tool, and this also is very common one. You might be knowing. Type tool is used to write something as well as change its font. Here, from here you can change the font of your text and size, opacity, stroke, color, anything. So when you always remember when you are choosing the font, you have to be very specific. You have to be mindful of the audience you are targeting. Suppose you are designing a comic book for kids. So your font should be such engaging that they are interested to look into it. So always remember the type of audience you are targeting when selecting the fonts. It's also a very important point while designing. So with the type also you can make this for paragraphs. Again, always remember when you are preparing a page layout, remember that the alignment is always the same. Suppose you make the alignment of this is right and this is left. So this is looking very messed. It's not looking clean. So to always keep your work clean and proper, you always use the same alignment for the page line. Same is for the rotate. Now suppose you have a step. You want to rotate it now. You might wonder that you were able to do rotation with the direct tool as well, but here the difference is you can rotate it along the blue. You can see a blue dot in the center. You can rotate it along any center. Now if I change this to here, now if I rotate the object using the select, it will be rotated. If I change the center to here, then I try to rotate it, so it is rotating on at the center of the point I have selected. Okay, so the basic uses you can change the center point from rotation. And then next thing we have is basically the next thing we have is the gradient. It is also one of the most common tools we come across. Gradient is basically used to apply gradient to your object from here. We can simply choose the color we want. Here we are using the color picker to choose the two colors we want. Okay, so gradient is basically used to apply. Now you have various types of gradient like centric, some different, and you can also like there's a lot to explore in this. It is according to your creativity. You can do a lot with it. Okay, so we're done with the gradient. The next thing we have is the eyedropper tool. Now this is also a unique one. With the eyedropper tool, you are able to pick up the features as it is. Like here, if I have something basics, and up to basics, keep it there. Now I change it to some green color and increase the size of course. Okay, now if I want this to look exactly like the other basic, I will choose the eyedropper tool and go and click on this. So now it has the same features, the same color, the same font, the same size. Okay, so the main use of eye feature was to pick up the exact features. Now I have the hand tool. With the help of hand tool, we can move the output anywhere. The basic user here can arrange your workspace as you want to. So as you want more number of outputs and you want to record resolution, simply use the hand tool. It also comes with this space, workspace. Last is the zoom tool. Of course, simple to zoom. Press Alt to change it to minus to zoom out. Okay, now what is the blend tool? Now what's the blend tool? Blend tool is basically used to transform from one shape or to another. Suppose I have a rectangle here. A circle. Select the object and click on the blend tool. Click there. So now there you see the square is slowly transforming into a circle. So blend tool is basically blending two objects. It can be two lines, two colors. It can be any kind of blend. Okay. So yeah, what is, these were the some basic tools that any new person should know about. There are many other tools, but these are the most basic ones that you should be aware of. Hope it was helpful to you. Thank you.